Get ready to dive into a festive tech wonderland. Join us on this pixel-packed adventure as we unwrap the magic of AI art, transforming ordinary avatars into holiday masterpieces. Brace yourself for a dash of digital enchantment. Let's slay those pixels and spread holiday joy across your content streams and online presence like never before.
Welcome to Content Creators Connect. Here we are, all about encouraging the 3 C's: connecting with others via video, content development that builds your personal brand, and we are creators sharing our experiences despite our distance.
And the member leading this evening is Miss Dori Spence, known to everyone as DSpence, using her superpowers to install confidence in those around her and helping others become techsperts in their own adventures.
Okay, guys, let me ask both of you this. If you could create an avatar that could embody who you are in one word, what would it be? No pressure, Manny, but we're going to start with you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I did not know that this question was coming. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, really, what would it be? I would have to say the avatar has to be someone that is energetic. If I had to use one word, energetic. That's my one word, if that's the word that I have to go with, because that I truly feel like in all walks of life bring a lot of energy, because energy to me is positive. So
I love it.
that would be my thought process on that if I was to create an avatar. What about you, Kevin?
Well, I'm quite the opposite. I've always wanted to embrace my animal instincts, so my one word would be koala. Because it looks so cute and cuddly on the outside, but yet it has those razor sharp claws if you cross my path, so you better watch out. And you better not cry. So, if this is the type of content that you'd like to see more of, please consider hitting that subscribe button and that little notification bell so you get notified when we go live.
Oh my gosh, the subscribe button didn't work. I am so
course.
sad about that. It was so cute. Wait a minute. I'm making this work. Darn
Yeah,
it.
force it. Make sure it goes on. There
Yeah,
we go.
there we
There it is.
go.
Hit that button.
There
Hit
it
that
Yeah,
is.
button.
hit that thing. Hit it up.
Hit that subscribe button. All right. Now we can carry on. Oh my goodness. All right. So tonight we are going to dive into several different examples of tools that you can use to generate AI art. And one of the things that I absolutely love about this is the fact that it allows you to embrace your inner designer, your inner creative mode. But I do want to just say this before we dive right into the tools. It is really important for you as a content creator to understand that this is not a fix-all. AI is not a magic bullet, okay? There are things that you have to do to learn how to use AI properly so that it performs in the way you want it to. So one of the biggest things that I stress about using AI, whether it be ChatGPT, some of the other tools that both Manny and Kevin have focused on in the past, or if you're looking to generate art like we're going to cover tonight, the prompt that you use is absolutely positively the most important piece of the puzzle, hands down. So with that being said, we are going to cover Canva, because Who doesn't love some amazing Canva? And we are also going to cover some online tools that I have found that are incredibly useful. Some of them allow you to kind of use your own photos and edit those in the AI. Others allow you to just use a prompt and then it generates something completely off the cuff. And then there are some that are a combination of all three. Spoiler alert, Facebook now has image AI generation, and we're going to actually cover that tonight as well. But we are going to kick things off with one of my absolute favorite tools, and I know it is for both of you men as well, and that is Canva. So what we are looking at right now is actually a file that I used to create the avatar I used a couple weeks ago for the Stream Deck thumbnail for the program. And I know both of you guys had asked me a little bit of information in terms of how did I do it, what tool specifically did I use inside of Canva. So here it is in a nutshell. And before I show you the tool and the prompt that I used, I just want to show you some of the different, these were ones that I was using for tonight's stream. Just some different avatars that were created from the same prompt, just choosing a different image style at the end. Okay, and these were the ones that I really loved a lot. They were under the heading of concept art. Couple things to point out though. AI is still not without its issues, you know, especially with hands, sometimes with eyes. I will say this, and we are not sponsored by Canva, guaranteed that, but Canva has done the best job out of any AI tool that I have used thus far in terms of hands. And so what you can see is you see a lot of examples here where my avatar is pointing at something. In 98% of these photos, the fingers, the hands, they are correct. And here's some that I've done for my classroom. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create just we'll do a blank page here. And the tool that you need to use is called Magic Media. Now, you do need a pro account for this, but it is absolutely amazing when you get into it. So, oh, I see we've got some people hopping in. Adam is stopping in to say hey. Get Adam to say hey here. All right, so Manny, you've been using Magic Media a lot. Yeah, same here. So with the prompt, the exact prompt that I used was, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. So this is where it's really important to definitely get as detailed as you can and add in as many of the parameters that you want it to consider. Another point with AI. The things that are up closer to the top of your list of attributes is also, I will actually scroll down so you guys can see it full screen because I pasted it on one of these documents as well. There it is. How's that?
Nice.
We good? Okay.
Yeah.
The things that you want to focus on more should be higher up in the order of your list of attributes. So let's take a look at the rest of this. So I've pasted in my prompt. And now if you look here, I'm going to hit see all. And there's all sorts of different styles that you can ask to generate these avatars with. These are very photography focused. So because we're focusing on like fun avatars and things tonight, we're going to stick with the ones that are more artistic in nature. So this one here, this concept art, is the one that I used for the thumbnail. 3D also makes some really awesome things. Anime obviously makes some really cool things. So let's just take a look at what the concept art is going to give me. And I'm going to choose square as my aspect ratio, and I'm going to hit generate image. Now what Canva does is it generates 4 options for you. If you're using Canva, what you want to remember is if it's an image that you think at some point you want to use, you have to actually click on it, add it to one of your pages, and then when you do that, it will then be part of your upload history with the rest of your images. So what I'm going to do is kind of like this. I take my pictures a lot with my mouth like wide open when I'm taking pictures for thumbnails. So I'm going to just go ahead and click on this. And then it pulls it up on the page. Okay. Now, a couple things it got right and a couple things it got wrong. So let me move this over here for just a second. So if you guys take a look at this, you know, definitely woman is looking excited, right? She's got shoulder length hair, dark brown, light brown highlights, brown eyes, got all of that correct. Pointing up and to the right with the left hand, the entire right arm in frame. So the entire arm is actually not in frame in this one, but here's where the order of events are really important. The last thing that I wrote was purple large framed glasses. It has me wearing glasses, but they are not purple. Now, if you move around the things in your prompt, then your pictures will look different. It will prioritize the things closer up to the top. And I'm going to keep that same prompt, and now I'm going to hit playful. What you do is you just select a different style and you hit generate again, and it's going to give you 4 different pictures. James says my real glasses are cooler than any of the AI drawings. Oh, James, you are a doll. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have, Albert's hanging with us tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All of our comments are not in the center and it's bothering me. So now we have playful. Here, these look like a little bit more fun, you know, maybe more like chibi or Pixar styled characters. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one. So this one seemed to get a few things correct and a few things incorrect. Count the fingers on her hands. She's missing some. But overall, it held the majority of the prompt, right? So Canva is a great tool for this. Now I'm going to put in a different prompt. I'm going to put in a prompt for a holiday elf. I just wanted to show you guys that one because that is the one that I used for the actual thumbnail image that you guys saw what I did. So here's one. I added the term Pixar style. I want it to kind of look a little bit like a Pixar character. Female, Christmas elf, green hat, elf costume, brown eyes, dark brown hair, thick purple glasses, pointy ears, and smiling. Now, notice you don't need sentences here. You can just do quick little phrases, adjectives, things like that. So now I'm going to, let's stick with playful and see what we get. And let me move down, delete these. I'll take a drink of my hot cocoa that I made for tonight's stream. Okay, so this is awesome. I'm actually going to put all of these up So you can see how Canva does a really great job of giving you options that, while they still meet the parameters of the prompt, they're different in a good way, in a really good way. I kind of love the fact that I didn't put full body pose, which, by the way, you should do in your prompts if you want that, but it does give me one that is a full body. And it does an amazing job of following the prompt in playful mode. So, what do you think of these results here, guys?
I love them. Love them, love them.
Yeah, I love it as well. And they all are sort of similar to the prompt, but yet they have 4 different personalities between the 4 different images.
Agree. And Kevin, I'm actually going to just deal with your question right now since that's where we're at. It does recognize that term because it's also, even though it's a company, it's an art style, like chibi's an art style, like anime's an art style. So it does recognize that when you put that in there. So now one more example in Canva, and then we're going to switch to the online tools. I'm going to go ahead and do this in concept art. And I'm going to generate again.
And I love the fact that it has a solid background on it as well that you can then remove and then just use the actual image instead of incorporating that background into your stream somehow.
Yep. What you'll see is in some of the online tools, I did actually add another aspect to the prompt, which I'll share with you, which it does generate a background because I requested it. So in this case, let's get rid of our cute, adorable elves. And now let's put our concept elves up here.
Oh, we missed the glasses on the one.
Yeah, so depending on the look that you're going for, my best suggestion is when you start diving into an AI tool, mess around with the styles that are available to you and pick the one that you think is going to work best with what you're going for. So for the thumbnail, the concept art was the perfect one. For my elf, I'm not liking the concept art. I'm liking the playful style much more. So yeah, it missed the glasses on this one, like you noticed. Glasses on this one, brown. Glasses on this one, purple. So this one probably adheres to the prompt the most. This one gave purple hair and brown glasses. This one, however, has like these two, it's almost like they've given me horns. Leaf horns. So they're not perfect, but again, they demonstrate a different piece of personality here. So do you guys have any questions before I move away from Canva and move into the online tools? We'll pause here for just a second. I know we're doing things a little bit different tonight, but
I've never done anything like what you're doing here. So like, can you say I want to compare multiple? Like I want her to show a happy one and a frown, for example, like same images in the same frame.
no. So what you would need to do is just alter the prompt slightly and then hit generate again.
Just create another one. Gotcha.
Yeah, because the four that it gives you are based on this single prompt. And if there's one that you really like this one, oh, I just clicked on it again. You can hit these 3 dots here, and you can hit generate more like this. So you can use that as a basis, and then now what it's going to do, you can see on the screen, it holds that one in place. It's going to create 3 new images that are more similar to that one than the others.
I can appreciate that.
Yep. Because,
Okay,
sometimes it's just a little tweak. Go ahead,
And
Kevin.
you were saying that you're using, is it playful and the concept art? Are there any other styles that you, when creating these avatars, that you would recommend in the creation?
So 3D, in Canva works really well. And so the 3D model does not. It basically makes you look like a clay, like a 3D, like stop motion character.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of
Yeah.
cute. I like that one.
Yeah. So I really love these. They look a lot like Lego people
Or even claymation.
or claymation.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Love.
It
I love
remind
these.
it literally reminds me of like Rudolph the Red-Nosed, the old
100%. I was
cartoon.
just going to say that.
Yes. Yes. So that one was the 3D, not to be confused with the one right underneath it, which is 3D model.
I'm curious, what would the 3D model look like?
Well, let me show you.
It's kind of bizarre compared to 3D.
Hello, Anna. Anna's hopping in with us tonight. Happy holidays, Miss Anna. We're elfing ourselves tonight. Yeah, see, these are not
Not quite as cute.
anyway. I mean, they're certainly cute, but
I like that concept, though, of putting them in a
But-
stocking.
I mean, if you were to compare the two, there's a clear winner right there. There's
Yeah.
a clear winner. I'm
Yes.
thinking it's the one on the right. But I have loved diving into the Magic Media tool in Canva. I would highly recommend it for any Canva Pro users out there. If it doesn't show up in your list, you simply just go to apps and you search for it. And then once you use it a lot, it shows up in your quick list over here. So you can see that I use it a lot.
A lot.
But now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and switch gears. And we are going to head over to the interwebs. And I'm going to close Canva. Okay. So the internet is riddled with AI tools. One of the ones that I have fallen in love with quickly is Leonardo.ai. You can simply sign up with your Google account. You get free credits. And if you want to purchase more, you certainly can. So this is, oh, I thought I signed in. Oh, that's because, my apologies, everyone. We were a minute late. Everything crashed because we lost power momentarily. So I had to reboot. Okay, so this is what Leonardo looks like. And a couple things to point out. One of the things that this platform does is it gives you the opportunity to view other people's work. And not only does it give you the opportunity to view their work, you can click on the image and it will show you the user's prompt. So this website allows you to learn from others. So if you're someone who struggles to come up with prompt ideas, then this may in fact be the way to go, because doing something like this allows you to copy the prompt and then you can make adjustments to it. Okay, so you can also choose to remix this person's work if there's something that you like about this. And it will generate a remix for you, what they call a remix. So it will paste the prompt up here, and then you simply just hit generate, and then it will create as many options as you choose over here on the left. There are a multitude of options. Let me see if I zoom in. It's not going to zoom in for you guys. You can choose how many images. You can choose their alchemy, which is a beta test. It's a little bit more of an enhanced image. You can choose the input dimensions, the ratio of the image. So if you want a square image, you would just pick 1:1 over here. And guidance scale. Guidance scale, I'm going to just tell you guys right now what that is. Guidance scale is how closely do you want the system to adhere to the prompt that you type. So if you're very confident in the prompts that you create, then what I would suggest is boosting that guidance scale. Now, they recommend leaving it at 7. I have on occasion bumped it up to 10 because I want it to hit more of the items in my longer prompt. Okay, so this is just a remix of the boy that we just saw on the homepage using that original creator's prompt. So now let me scroll down and show you some of, like, I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly of AI. Okay, so this prompt that I used is female Christmas elf character, Pixar style, pointy elf ears that stick out past your hair. I had to add that as part of the prompt here because none of the pictures were generating elf ears beyond my long hair. Green festive pointy elf hat, thick purple eyeglasses, brown hair, brown eyes, looking straight at the camera with a Christmas background. Okay, so in this case, I went a little bit more detailed with the prompt. So here's some that are not great. This is not a good representation of what I was looking for at all. So we try and try again. Here's one where things are deformed, misshapen, placed incorrectly. And there's some that just don't address all of the pieces of the prompt. I'm going to tell you guys a little hint. These that you're looking at right now are using an image that I uploaded as the basis for the prompt. So I don't know if you can tell, like especially in this one, there are some characteristics that you can see. There's like some facial structure characteristics that are similar to myself in these pictures, just with flawless skin. So these are the ones that I used my own image for. So now let me show you a couple other examples. Here are some elves that I made using the Pixar style background and the 3D animation style. So let me show you how to do this from scratch. So I'm going to go up here to the home and I'm going to hit create new image. Now what I have is I have a prompt box up at the top, which I'm going to make sure my prompt is in there again. Female Christmas elf character, Pixar style, and the same is what I just read. Pointy elf ears, green pointy hat, thick purple eyeglasses. I found that using shorter terms like thick purple glasses doesn't get you the same result as thick purple eyeglasses. So you want to make sure that you're using the proper terminology. And so then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a model. Now, the other thing that I love about Leonardo is look at all these models that you have that you can render with. Depending on the look that you want, there are all sorts of things in here. Now, I created a pixel art character as well to put in my back screen. So let me show you. We'll do the 3D animation style. I'm going to select that and I'm going to hit generate with this model. And I'm going to make sure that my prompt is correct, that this says 3D animation style here. This stuff you don't need. You can add a negative prompt. That's one thing you cannot do in Canva. You cannot add things that you don't want included. So you could do things like blurry, cross-eyed, deformed, extra limbs, the things that you want it to try to avoid in your picture whenever you can. And then I'm going to hit generate. Now I asked it to only generate one image. You can ask it to generate as many as you want. You could get 4 possible choices. So, and there's the elf that was just created. Couple things it did amazing. One thing it did incorrect. And that was the color of the eyes. What I've noticed is doing it in this style in Leonardo, most of the images I generated had green eyes, no matter where I put this in the prompt. So it's got to be something with, it's got to be something with the style and not necessarily with the prompt. But we can try it again. I'm going to generate 4 images this time. All right. So we got a couple issues here. We'll hone in on this one. Right? So, I mean, it happens, right? It happens to the best of them. So this one here, I would say out of those 4, follows the prompt the closest. So I find Leonardo to be amazing. The Pixel one, also excellent. I did a anime for this as well. Anime is very much like straight up anime like you would expect. Whereas in Canva, the anime had less sharp features and more rounded features on the face. This anime is most definitely like, I am ready to fight dragons with this picture. Which, speaking of, is one of the major reasons why I use these tools. I use it to create character art, backgrounds, and a lot of things for my D&D campaigns. So it's not just for holiday avatars. So that is Leonardo.ai. I would say that's probably at the top of my list as far as choices are concerned. I will tell you though, Facebook is now in the game. And I need to jump over here for just a quick second and grab the web address. I had them all in a document because I did have all of these open actually at one point. My apologies.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing how Facebook has jumped into this AI game because, like you said, there are so many tools out there right now. And I know Facebook definitely wants to be ahead of the game and sort of be the go-to catch-all for a lot of the design and that kind of stuff.
Right. So the website is called Imagine with Meta AI. And the link is just imagine.meta.com. It is in the description of the YouTube video, so you guys can see it there. So this one here, I'm going to just paste. Nope, that's the website. Let me just take the same prompt, and I'm going to hit login. It does have you, when you first do this, it has you go a couple extra steps as far as setup goes. It's not just a one-click and connect to Facebook. So the first time you do it, don't get frustrated that it's asking you to do a couple extra steps. This is free, so you guys can play around with this to your heart's content. So here's the results that it just generated for me. Now, one of the cool things about this, you just click 3 dots, you can download the image to your computer. So we've got option A, option B, option C, and option D. I kind of like that one.
As I say,
Definitely.
those look like 4 different poses, all like totally
Yes.
different.
Yep. This one doesn't really match a lot of the prompt. This one does, except it's given some red to the hair. But that's just using a prompt. You know, you could spend a lot of time refining a prompt, moving things around so it prioritizes certain things over others, and see that it would give you a different result. So if I get rid of with the background and I hit generate again, it's going to give me 4 other choices. So here's where you get that situation where you get a plainer background.
Say, so it's sort of similar to the other ones where you like sort of one style, but then you can sort of feed off of that.
Yes. Yes. Um, so that is the Imagine with Meta, which is Facebook. And there's two others that I just want to quickly show you guys. This next one is free. It is called Playground. It's free if you sign in with a Google account. So if you have multiple Google accounts and you run out of credits, just go and use one of your other Google accounts. There's definitely a way to work the system. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And one of the other things I really like about these online tools, if you notice, you can go back and revisit your history and you can see the prompts that you used. In Canva, you have to purposely copy your prompt and paste it somewhere on one of the pages to save it. Canva does not show you a history. It also doesn't show you all of the images that were generated from it unless you click on it, pull it onto your project, and then it will save in your uploads area. Okay, so I am going to go to the create button. Now, Playground is going to look very similar to Leonardo. A lot of these AI tools are going to look very similar to each other. So this is where, let me move this down here. So I did a pixel art. In this one. This one here, I don't know what happened. I had given it a negative prompt over here, things to exclude. Things I excluded were the words ugly, deformed, noisy, blurry, distorted, out of focus, bad anatomy, extra limbs. These are just tools that I found online, a suggested list that someone mentioned to use as far as negative prompts. I just copied it into a document and I just keep reusing that list. Poorly drawn hands, missing fingers. You can choose a filter system in here. So if I want, I can look at, if I click on this image on the right, my prompt shows up here. I can copy it. The negative prompt stays. So I can come up here and you can add an image of yourself if you want to do it as the basis, which is what I did for this image. And then I can go to filter. Let's see, pixel art is the one that I used. And then here you can paste the prompt underneath it and hit generate. This one I noticed takes a little bit longer, but again, that could be because it is free.
Now, this is all some great stuff to help with a lot of the creative juices, get them flowing in terms of generating the design, and then you can sort of feed off of that onto another design as well. Almost go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's still working after a minute later. I don't know if you guys noticed our little companions jumping up with us on the screen there, but it's never actually taken that long. So I'm wondering if there are a lot of people using the tool right now. It usually takes less than a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to load the last one. Oh, there it is. So, hey, I actually like that one a lot more than the other one. So you can remove your background if you wish. You can download the image. You can delete it. You can crop it. So let's say you wanted to get rid of that piece of the right-hand side of the photo. And then There's all sorts of things. If I wanted to flip her, I could have her facing the opposite way. So it really does give you a little bit of like editing capability after it generates the photo, which is really nice. So I'm actually going to download that because I think I'm going to load that on my Christmas machine. So that is Playground. The last one I want to show you is Adobe. And you all know that I have a giant love for all things Adobe. So Adobe has a built-in AI system called Firefly. And you can use it for free. But if you have an account, obviously there's a lot more that you can do with your Adobe account. So I'm going to, nope, I keep doing that. All right, and then we're going to get rid of that and paste and generate. Now, when you hit generate, the one caveat that I don't care for 100% about Firefly is the fact that you have to generate something first before you get into the actual control screen where you have all those options on the right-hand side. I'm going to close that. You guys said you're noticing some jittering. Hopefully it's not really bad. I have like a lot open here. Hang on just a second. Hopefully that'll be better. So here's the first take with Firefly. You choose your aspect ratio. You pick what kind of content, visual intensity. You could use, this is one thing I do love about this. If you want to generate a style, it actually shows you an image specifically in that style. So if you scroll down to like the 3D, I may want to generate one that looks like that. So it's going to use that as a reference image when it creates the final effect. And then you can pick, so I want it to look like digital art. And so now I'm going to hit generate again. And it adds, can you guys see across the bottom here how it adds those tags and the reference image down here in the prompt?
It's really small, but I could see it.
Okay.
And with this, can you upload your own image as well?
Yes, yes. So where it says reference image gallery, you could actually click upload your own image right here. There's a button. So here's some, I would say this one's probably the best out of the three based on the prompt. It didn't get everything correct. Also, we've got some weirdness happening with eyeglasses here, but you know, I think the biggest thing I want to stress with everyone is no matter what tool you use, no matter what tool you use, nothing is going to be perfect. Like I said in the beginning, it is not a magic bullet. It's not going to solve all of your artistic woes. You still have to learn how to use the system to benefit you in the best way. So in that situation, you have to learn how to create your prompts. You have to learn how to choose the styles that are going to work the best with the look that you're going for. And then you have to have the patience to be willing to sit there and continue to generate prompts until you get something that you are pleased with. And so with that, I am eager to hear what you both think of avatars and how you can use them in your own personal streams. And we are going to hit Manny first.
Well, personally, holy moly's, like I felt like I was watching what could be a movie. Like you could produce a movie with these little animated characters. They look so professionally done. Like not only that, it was like you can create different type of movies. Really, that was what's going through my head when I thought about these different avatars, because it literally looked professionally done. And you just put in a prompt and click the button, and boom, you had it made right there with such great options. So personally, I literally, when I saw that you had did this, in your thumbnail not too long ago, and then you did it in another way, I knew that there was value there that I wanted to learn it. So thank you for taking the time, because now I truly learned something new. Not only can I do this, but I can do this on tools that I'm already using. I've not done this before, right? I've paid for avatars to be created for clients and things like that. This is so much easier too. So it's like, and knowing that Facebook does that, I did not know that. So thank you for that bit of education as well. Kevin, what about you? You probably already use this stuff, don't you?
Well, I've used a lot of the Canva magic stuff, but the other sites I absolutely love in terms of going and generating ideas and prompts. And actually, while you're doing that, Dory, I was actually going into Leonardo, copying those prompts and bringing over into Canva to see what kind of designs actually came up. So,
Nice.
using those as inspiration for existing tools that you're actually using, because like you put in a 4K in a description, it's going to be a lot crisper and clearer to be able to use. And my goodness, the amount of ideas that are going through my head right now, it's so great because you can use it. What I really want to do is create a mascot for some of the things I want to do, and then include that as part of your branding. And then once you get that prompt, you can use that prompt and then just add in additional stuff for branding of your channel, of different things going forward. Specifically right now, it's like I'm looking at doing a Christmas newsletter. So definitely having an elf image as part of this digital newsletter going out will just add that extra bit of value to that message that I'm going to be sending out. And yeah, it's going to look like me, but it's going to be a little cuter than just a picture of me. So no, I do appreciate everything that you did, Dory. And yeah, I know there's a lot of comments here that we should bring up because we
Yes,
had a few
I'm
viewers
scrolling.
commenting.
I'm scrolling here. So I don't know if you guys noticed our little buddies that are hanging with us.
I love it.
And I have a little evil elf. He's been
Uh
hanging out
oh.
in the background, but I think it's time. I think it's time. He hit you with a snowball. Um okay, so
Love it.
Manny mentioned Canva for AI. And so you've been using Magic Media a lot, you said. Okay. Um
Since Kevin
can
did that training not too long ago with how you
Right,
can literally put like a sentence in there and get such great stuff.
right. Um I think so. Anna mentioned that she likes Canva better. That seems to be a bit over the top for me. So I know that sometimes some of these tools can seem overwhelming at first, but if you generate a prompt in Canva that you're happy with the outlook or the outcome of, just go and try one of these other tools that are in the description of the video and just paste the prompt and just give it a whirl and see what it does. It's it seems overwhelming because of all of the options, but to be perfectly honest, sometimes you want a little bit extra control over the final version of what comes out. And so if that's something that you need, then these other tools will definitely give you that control. Um, okay, I see you guys dropped the tools that we used: Canva Pro Magic, Imagine by Meta, Adobe Firefly, Leonardo, and then the last one was Playground. Um, Anna says, you are right. Maybe just that I'm super familiar with Canva. Everybody lives inside that comfort zone 110%. But if there's something that you're ever frustrated with because you can't get it to just look the way you want it to, you've got these other tools now in your back pocket that you can use. And Anna, oh, thank you very much for that. That was very unnecessary, but much appreciated. I hope that people were able to get some things out of this evening for sure. But it looks like I have caught up with the comments. So if you want to dive deeper into more options to create amazing avatars, I suggest checking out Kevin's stream that he did entitled Unleash Your Inner Avatar. It was episode number 46 and it aired on June 25th of this year. And I believe the link is getting posted in the chat as we speak.
All right. If you enjoy this content and are finding it useful, we would love for you to, if you'd like, and subscribe. And also, sharing our content is a great way to spread the love. So feel free to visit our website for information on all the ways you can connect with us. And it's just over there saying Linktree/content creators connect. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and X. So also drop down in the comments some topics that you would like us to cover in the future.
My friends, thank you so much for joining Content Creators Connect, aka C3 tonight, as Dori shared from pixel to perfection. AI are avatar tools for you streamers and creators. As we all know, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, they hold a special place in our hearts, and it's a tradition many cherish to spend time with their family and their loved ones. So in order to honor the importance of these holidays and the heartfelt connections they bring forth for all of us involved, we have decided to take a little small break from our regular live streams on the next 2 Sunday nights because one is Christmas Eve and the other is New Year's Eve. And we want to take that time to be with our families as we want you to do the same. While we certainly miss interacting with all of you, as you can see, a lot of us are tuning in more and more, and we love you so much for that. Thank you for interacting with us during these particular evenings. We believe it is crucial to pause, relax, and enjoy those joyous occasions with our families and friends. So we want to express our gratitude to each and every one of you for your unwavering support and love throughout this journey with the three of us. It is your constant encouragement that keeps us striving for excellence, pushing boundaries, and delivering content that resonates with you. Rest assured, we will be back with full force, resuming our regular live streams following the conclusion of the holiday season, with our first stream being January 7th, 2024. And let me tell you, if it's one thing we want to do is continue to improve with our content with your requests. So until then, let the spirit of Christmas and New Year fill your hearts with warmth, happiness, and love. Thank you again for your incredible support. Wishing you all the joys that this wonderful season brings. We will return Sunday, January 7th, 2024. Until then, we urge you to identify and lean into your 3 C's. Start today creating unique content that builds connections and breaks down those barriers. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
See you next year.
See you next year.
See you.